Hey, what's up guys? We are back here with another weather forecast, and today we are covering the severe threats in eastern Texas into Dixie Alley for tomorrow, February 11th. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. So first off, first thing we're looking at here is we are looking at the 500 mile winds, and this is at about 1 in the morning tomorrow. So storms do fire pretty early, as you can see here, same time frame. You already got storms here in the eastern part of the state. These will likely be severe. I don't think the tornado threat's very high with these ones, simply because there's not any moisture. There's some, but there's not a lot. I will show you. Excuse me. So if we take a look here, and we look at the moisture, I gotta shoot this back up. As you can see, storms are going to be right around here in the 40s to 50 degree dew point. So there's enough moisture to support severe storms. From a tornado standpoint, it does seem to be not too good here. So you can see here, we'll look at the 500 mile winds first, and then we will get into some soundings after we look at the winds. Okay. 500 mile winds, you got the trough right here. There's the trough ejection, 82 knots, right where the storms are going to be at, about 60 to 70 knots at the 500 mile level. So definitely got some good winds with this to support some severe weather. Maybe skip out ahead. Almost jumped way too far. There we go. 850 milliball winds, 47, 50 knots. So definitely supportive of tornadoes. Maybe a little bit south of where storms will actually be. Like the hair. Maybe it'll be right where they are. Mixed layer cape. Let me again jump ahead here. There we go. So mixed layer cape already, you get joules of 21 to 2200. Saving grace is this is happening at night. You do have a tornado sounding. Wind profile is pretty good. Hodograph is pretty favorable. The capping is strong, minus 61 CIN. But that's not an unbreakable cap by any stretch. So you got dew points in the wind and actual temperatures really close to each other. Usually a pretty good indicator of some tornadoes. So tornado chance isn't zero. Actually, if you look at the sounding, dew points at 64 degrees right there. So if dew points are going to be 64 degrees over there, then I don't know why it's telling me so hard. If dew points are going to be 64 degrees down there, then yeah, absolutely, you have a chance for some tornadoes. Down here. So if you get storms down for the south, then yes, I think your tornado chance is higher. But right now, storms look to be a little bit north of there. But you do gotta watch. Anywhere in this warm sector here is going to be where your tornado risk lies. Pretty much the entire day. As you see, if we take this out further ahead, storms still kind of riding north. I mean, they are just right north of where that warm sector is at. Then you start getting storms a little bit more in there. So here you go. Let's take this out to 15Z here. This is 1 a.m. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 in the morning. There's that warm sector. Definitely expanded now. mid to high 60s all the way around here into the storm sector. So any storm that kind of fires off here, which we will move this over now, is gonna have a decent chance here. I don't know why I keep trying to do that. As you can see, it tries to have a bunch of supercells fire off, so we gotta watch for that as a potential. If we get a bunch of supercells here, it could be a pretty significant day. Otherwise, though, it does kind of appear they are failing to do so. Let me pull up the updraft helicity swaths here. It basically shows you where your rotation and strongest rotation will be. Again, most of it's into Texas. So right now, kind of what I'm seeing, the best chance for tornadoes will be here in Texas, right through here. Here could be tornadoes basically all through here. I think you have a decent tornado risk, especially here when it initially starts, and the tornado risk kind of decreases as it goes more east. Rotation is not strong. Now, that being said, this is still strong rotation, so you could get tornadoes anywhere in these yellows here, but especially in the orange and reds. So it looks like a pretty interesting day. It, again, doesn't look like anything too crazy, but let's get into rainfall totals real quick here before we wrap this up. Good amount of rain here, a good soaking rain. So even if you don't see tornadoes, I mean, you could get 4 to 5 inches of rain here in some spots. So rainfall is definitely something to watch with this. But anyway, let's get back into some of the dynamics of the setup here. And what time frame are we looking at? Give me 1 second here. Okay, so let's take a look at, I mean, really, as this gets further east, it weakens. There you go. And as you can see here, right where those storms are here in East Texas, you got some good cape, but further out, not really. But let's pull a sounding here. Get another tornado sounding. Photograph is not as favorable. Wind profile is not as favorable. They aren't as backed. Do have a lot less of a cap, but that could also lead to a messy setup, and you got storms all over the place. So if we bring it out here, 22Z, just letting you guys be able to see where the storm is at in comparison to what the ingredients look like. And you have supercells trying to pop up all over the place here again. Something we need to watch is the potential that these do take a supercellular mode and that they are isolated. If that were to happen, the tornado risk definitely would be increased. As of right now, it doesn't appear to be too significant. You can see it's severe sounding. Again, not a very good wind profile. The first sounding we pulled definitely has the best wind profile here. Another tornado sounding. One thing to note, days have been overperforming lately, but this doesn't look to be this doesn't look to be good at all. Not good, I shouldn't say that. The potential for us is definitely there, but I'm just not really seeing a lot at this point that's really popping out to me. Here's the cap. I mean, you're not really capped at all, and that's why you're getting kind of that cluster of storms everywhere. You need a little bit of a cap when you're talking about tornadoes, like maybe minus 50, minus 60, minus 300 is way too much, but minus 50 to minus 60 is a pretty good cap to have, because it's a strong-ish cap, but it's not super strong enough storms will develop, but only the strongest storms will actually develop out of that. So let's take a look at the bulk shear here at the 0.6 kilometer. So this is in the lowest levels of the atmosphere. That low level shear is what's needed, for tornadoes. So let me take a look here. There we go. Okay. At the low level shear. Plenty here in Texas, but by this point the storms are long gone. That is a lot of shear though. Most of the shear is going to be north here, so into Arkansas, and again, at this time frame, you don't really have any storms up here. All your storms are here. Your strongest storms are to the north here, what's a little bit more clustered. 89 knots of shear. Sounding always wonky when you pull from shear, but you got 70 to 80 knots here, right at where the storms are. So you've got a lot of shear. So even if you don't get tornadoes out of this, and I will say off the front here, it is entirely possible that this amount of wind shear makes up for, I mean, there's good ingredients. My thing is, look at the storm mode, right? It's messy, it's a cluster. Storms don't have the room to grow that they need. If any storms here can get isolated, then they would have that isolated tornado threat. Otherwise though, if it's going to be a cluster like this, there's not really much I could see here. But it is Dixie Alley, so that's something to keep in mind here. So let's check out supercell composite here. That bulk shear is definitely enough, but I'm still thinking more at this point, you're talking a hail threat. Large hail potentially too. Supercell composite. So here you got an area of 16, which is actually pretty high. Again, photograph is somewhat favorable, but not really. Wind profile lacking. It's a little bit better than the other ones, but still lacking. Again, not much of a cap to speak of at any layer. Actually, let's take this back. What does this look like here in this early morning part of the setup here for Texas? Let's look at this here first. Tornado. I mean, that wind profile is a little bit wonky, but it's still pretty good. Very, very strong cap though. Very capped there. So let's move this out a couple of hours. Let's try and find that 19 again. Okay, I'll show you guys the 18 because I can find that. There you go. Now this is your textbook tornado sounding right here. Very tall, curved photograph. Good wind profile. Okay, maybe not textbook. Wind profile is not perfect, but it's a very good wind profile. Virtually no capping taking place here. This is a good sounding here. So definitely the highest tornado potential of the event is actually your early morning Texas setup. Once storms get out of Texas, they really seem to kind of lose their oomph. Let's look at significant tornado parameter. This is one I used to not look at too much, but I look at it for basically every setup now. Okay, so let's check this significant tornado parameter here again in Texas. Probably further south than where storms will be, but that could definitely change. Marginal tornado, not a very favorable photograph. Not a good wind profile. The biggest balloons just an hour later. And this is right about midnight here. Photograph again, not too favorable. Still a lot of capping going on over here. It's going to be close, man. Because right now the best ingredients are going to be just south of where storms are anticipated to fire. But it's close enough of a difference, though, that storms could end up firing in this favorable environment. And if they do, the tornado risk is definitely higher. If storms fire here as anticipated and stay north, I think the tornado threat overall in Texas is low. But if storms do fire further south and they go into this environment, then tornadoes are definitely more favorable. However, based on soundings, they still aren't super favorable. Let's check here. This is about 9-10 o'clock. Again, wind profile not that good. So overall, low wind tornado threat tomorrow, virtually for this entire region here. But more specifically, I would say here, or in here is your better chance of tornadoes. Highest chances for sure. This small isolated pocket here. Which as of right now looks like storms may miss. If they do not miss this again, tornado chance is going to be heightened. Highest tornado potential is in Texas, and it's for that relatively brief window of time, around midnight to about 5 or 6 in the morning. Is your highest tornado potential, which of course is bad because that's tornadoes in the dark. But otherwise, it's a low end day, I would say. If this was happening during the daytime, then there would be outbreak potential with this, assuming the cap is a little bit stronger too. But that's what I got for you guys today. Drop some likes on this video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload from me. I will see you guys later. Pieces.